Happy New Year! It's 2021. I am going to be sharing with you my resolutions and goals for 2021. I have my 2021 manifestation journal, my 2021 goals and resolutions. I want to buy my first home.
Congratulations, you won! An offer that was higher priced and without an inspection, and they still chose ours.
We're officially moved in! I want to get a tattoo on my rib. I also really want to get a certain tattoo here on the back of my arm. I want to do Vlogmas. Welcome to my Vlogmas video. The next thing on my list is social media related, and that is to have more paid sponsorships. Steven is sponsoring a portion of this video. Huge thank you to Everbot for sponsoring today's video, and this video is actually sponsored by them. So we're actually sponsoring today's video. They are actually sponsoring today's video. So this video is sponsored because I want to start meditating more and really connect to like the spirit and the self more. The last thing on my 2020 goals and resolutions list is to focus on family.
Come in. He's 51.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Make a wish.
Gotta make a wish. I'm excited to watch everything that I've written down come true. It's gonna be a crazy time. Like I literally thought 2020 was nuts. Like this is gonna be crazier. Let's go look at houses. I think I might just be a lesbian. This is what I'm marking on Friday. This was my childhood room. $25. Hi. Happy New Year. It is January 2nd when I am filming this video, and it's kind of become a tradition on my channel, at least the last 3 years or so, to upload a video kind of putting my intentions out there for the year and sharing with you my goals and resolutions, and then doing a little reflection a year later. It's crazy. Every single year I feel like I put together that montage of my year's goals clipped and paired with the clips of it coming true, and I get so emotional while filming it because I just know in a year from now I'm gonna do the same thing with this video, which is so exciting. But I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of going through a lot right now. When am I not? I feel like I'm always saying that, but I do have a concussion, and I feel like I have a lot of physical symptoms, appearances to match the mental ones, if that makes sense. This isn't really how I imagined starting the new year, and I've honestly never started a new year in a harder place, but if I've learned anything in 2021, it's that I can survive a lot, and I will make it through this too. You know, when you're thriving, I feel like people can see it on you and everyone says you're glowing, but when you're the opposite of thriving, sometimes it's really obvious as well. So that's where I am right now, and that's also why I kind of don't mind the lighting for this video, because I can hide a little bit more under these cute lights. If you've been around for a while, you know I keep a journal every single year, and this is my 2022. It's gonna be hard to get used to saying 2022 journal, but I made my list in here of my goals and resolutions for the year, and I want to share it with you because it is so important to hold yourself accountable for your goals, but I think to also put them out into the universe, and I think it makes a really big difference in whether or not they come true. So this is me kind of putting out into the universe my intentions and desires for this year. Before I get into my resolutions for the next year, I do want to do a little bit of reflecting on this last year because it was probably the craziest adult year ever. Like I say, every single year is like crazy, but it does just get better and better. I will say 2021 has probably been the hardest year of my entire life, and I had a very unique, difficult upbringing that I don't share. But including my childhood, I think 2021 was so raw and challenging and dark and difficult, but also like so rewarding and the best ever because like I bought a freaking house, which is a dream come true, beyond a dream come true. I still can't believe I'm sitting here in this house. I came out everywhere, online, to everyone in my life. Coming out / dating women and then buying this dream home were definitely like two of the biggest things that happened this year of my life. But you know, I also had to say goodbye to a lot of people in my life, a lot of places in my life. My parents sold my childhood home, which was gut-wrenchingly painful, and they moved as well. So I said goodbye to my apartment that I was living in. I said goodbye to my childhood home that I grew up in. I went through a handful of breakups, and every time I think it's not going to hurt, it always ends up hurting. Yeah, overall just a lot of change, a lot of growth, a lot of new beginnings, a lot of situations that I had never been in before, but I know I'm gonna look back and remember 2021 as just being such a transformative year. I am so different than where I was a year ago, which is always the goal, and I hope in a year from now I'm at a different place, but a better place. I'm gonna look back and think, wow, she had no idea what was in store. Because I look back a year ago at this video that I made, you know, for my 2021 resolutions, and I think, wow, she had no idea. Like everything she was going to realize, accomplish, see that year. I had no idea that I was gonna start dating women or come out. I've never been this happy to get a text. Every time she texts me, I'm so gay. I had no idea that this dream house was waiting for me where it was. And even though I'm struggling right now, I also know I'm gonna look back on that and think, wow, she had no idea what that was going to lead to. With all of that being said, and with a cuddled up Marnie on my lap, I think it is time to share with you my 2022 goals and resolutions that I have written down for this year. Please comment down below your resolutions or what you want to accomplish this next year in 2022. I might add it to my list, and then that will also hold both of us accountable. And I think in a way, that's also you putting it out there into the universe that this is what you want. And the universe does everything in its power to truly get you, you know, what you want if it's good for you. So in 2022, my biggest resolution is to hit 100,000 subscribers. And although I did not accomplish this in 2021 as I had hoped to, we are so close. I know that we will definitely hit that this year. So if you are not already subscribed and you're watching this video, please hit subscribe. Like, it just makes it easier for you to find my content, and you're already watching it anyway, so you might as well. That's such a big milestone to hit as a creator. I just can't wait. Also, on the topic of social media, I kind of write this every year, but I would like some paid sponsorships. Gotta pay that mortgage, you know? In 2022, I want to travel. I was lucky enough to travel a little bit again in 2021. As the world is slowly going back to normal, I'm hoping to be able to travel a little bit more this year as well. In 2022, I want to read 20 books at least. That seems to be about the average that I can read per year, and I'm a big reader, so I want to be able to accomplish at least 20 books. Ooh, I want to get more tattoos. In 2021, I got 5 tattoos. Hopefully I can get at least 5 more. I've got big plans. In honor of Pride Month, I want to get a little rainbow right here on my wrist. I want to finally get the wildflowers that I want kind of across my rib right here. I want a little baby angel cherub on my back. I want to get a little mushroom man somewhere. I have a lot of real estate still on my arms, and the goal is to kind of cover it with a ton of little tattoos. So we'll see if I get any more of those. I really want to get a rose tattoo for my birth flower, a Gemini tattoo for my sun sign, an Aquarius tattoo for my moon and rising sign. Hopefully some of those will come true this year. So I recently had to purchase a new vehicle, which is exciting, but it was also unexpected. So with an unexpected large purchase like that, I am now in a little bit of debt again. And I know if you've been following my channel for a while, I worked really hard to get myself out of debt. So I want to pay off my new car loan this year. I literally just bought it. I haven't even made my first payment yet, but I think I can get ahead of it and just pay it off really quickly. The house is pretty much done, but in 2022, I'd like to finish the house renovation projects. Going off of that, I want to finally finish / renovate the master bathroom. That's pretty much the last room in this house that has not been updated since I purchased the home. In 2022, I want to meet a friend. I always put this on my resolutions list for the year, and then I write next to it all the people I met that are now in my life, and it's really fun to look back on. So highly recommend adding that to yours as well. This year I want to improve my yoga skills and flexibility. So I love yoga. I've been practicing it for years, and this last year I've really dedicated about 2 hours a day to push myself. It's been a very healthy habit that's helped so much during these hard times. And because I've been pushing myself, I have gotten so much better at some of the more challenging moves that I had never been able to do in the past. And I've gotten a lot more flexible. So it's really exciting, and I know I still have a long way to go. So I really want to improve that just to document it, because I'm sure in a year from now I'll be able to do a lot cooler things. But I'm currently learning how to do a headstand, which is a lot harder as an adult than as a child. I'm learning, and I want to perfect my birds of paradise. That requires flexibility that I do not have yet, but I will get there. Going off of that, in 2022, I want to treat my body better. I'm human, we've all made mistakes. I, for the most part, take good care of myself, but sometimes I don't. And I want to be better. Eating habits, vegetarian, vegan, staying clean from hurting my body. Those are things that kind of follow me from my past that I want to work on. Ooh, in 2022, I'd love to have a viral video. In 2020, I had a video skyrocket to 1 million views, and that was so exciting and really helped with my content and channel. So I would love to have that happen again. It's not always about the numbers, but as a creator, it's really exciting to see something that you worked so hard on do so well. This new year, I would also like to step out of my comfort zone. I definitely struggle with social anxiety and anxiety in general, and there were so many times this year where spontaneous plans would come up, or I'd be invited to something and I let my anxiety prevent me from having a good time or saying yes or going. So in a safe environment, I would like to step out of my comfort zone and say yes more and take more chances. I know that sounds so like corny and generic, but it's something I want to do. I also want to continue to secure an impeccable financial foundation for myself this year. So again, if you've been following my content for a while, you know that financial stability isn't something that I had always just had, and I'm still working on securing that because there were so many years where I did struggle with finances, and just my young 20s in general, you know, it's a time when you kind of are starting with nothing. And you're kind of starting with a lot of debt most of the time, but I just really want to protect myself and make sure that I never have to worry about something like that again, because I've been on both sides and it's scary to have to worry. So I just want to work on that financial foundation, investing, saving, being wise with spending, being smart with my money, earning more money, putting more towards my retirement or my Roth IRA, and just making sure I'm gonna be okay. The last thing on my list, I'm a little nervous to share, but I always share everything on my list, and this is definitely something that I feel cursed with these last few years. I'll explain in a second, but the last thing on my list for 2022 is to end 2022 in a happy, secure relationship. I think for the last like 3 or 4 or 5 years, I always end up celebrating the holidays by going through a breakup. And there have been lots of family gatherings for Christmases and Thanksgivings where I'm sobbing in the bathroom, or extended families asking me where my partner is because I hadn't told anyone we broke up yet. And I don't know what it is. I know there's like a big cliche about breaking up during the holiday season because it freaks people out that aren't ready for a relationship, but like for some reason, I'm always going through it on Christmas, and I would just like to have a Christmas morning where I'm not sobbing, where I'm not hurting. And it's like I'm always either bringing somebody home for Thanksgiving and then going through that breakup during Christmas, or if it's a long-term relationship, like more than a year, one year I'm bringing them home for Christmas and the next year we're like just breaking up. And this year was no different. So I was really happy for Thanksgiving, going through it at Christmas, and that's when it kind of hit me that, you know what, Christmas is kind of hard, and for some reason I'm always sad on Christmas. And I don't think it's the expectation of the holiday or anything, it's just hard things tend to happen around the holidays for me. I've done a lot of work on myself this year. I've done a lot of reading about relationships. Highly recommend the book Attached. It is so insightful. It kind of goes through the different forms of adult attachment that we all carry into relationships and why some connections will just always fail depending on your compatibility between types of attachment styles. So the reason that I wrote the word secure for this resolution is key, because a secure attachment style doesn't have any anxiety. You're also not avoidant, so you're not with someone that's non-committal. And I feel like I grazed the surface a little bit this year with that, but I really just, especially after this Christmas and how hard it was and struggling with actual ailments, I guess, injuries, you know, like a concussion, pairing it with hurt and heartache, it just sucks. I was just in this depressed episode thinking next year is gonna be different. Next year I'm not gonna end the year like this, because for some reason it always happens around Christmas and then everyone's like, what's wrong? And I don't feel ready to share that I had another failed relationship, because you feel like a failure. You worry, was I too much or not enough? And it just gets to you. Or you feel hard on yourself because you know you messed up. So those are my goals for 2022. And I'm really excited for this new year. I think this fresh start is just what we all need right now. Tonight's actually the night of the new moon in Capricorn. It is the first new moon of this new year, so I do feel so cleansed and ready to kind of put an end to these old cycles and start something fresh. Some years, you know, I think are like stepping stones to get you to like an even better place the following year, and I feel like 2021 in a lot of ways was a foundational year that was setting me up for even greater success and miracles. And 2022 is just going to be pure magic and love, and I'm not gonna let anything stop me. So I'm really excited for what's to come, but thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a wonderful New Year's. I'm wishing you the greatest success, joy, and happiness in 2022. Marnie is like pure liquid right now. She's such a rag doll. It's so late. Marnie and I are gonna cuddle and go to bed, right? She's like, let me go, Mom. I've been in a lot of difficult places before, and I feel like I've just learned I gotta go through it to get out of it. There's a lot. I'm just trying to recover from some physical injuries and my concussion and mistakes. And with that, you know, my mental health kind of took a toll as well. But I'm gonna be okay. And I'm gonna be a lot better in my next video, I promise. Such a weird way to start the new year, I know, but in a way, it's kind of nice because it also means I have nowhere to go but up. It can only get better, knock on wood. Yeah, hopefully this is the hardest that I will have to endure for the year. Wouldn't that be nice? I'm gonna go to bed, but I appreciate you still watching. Please follow me on Instagram, makaylasamountry, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for being here. I love you. Good night.